Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Cloud Babies Elevation Nation. Once again, I'm here. I brought the homie with me this time. You feel me? I'm Tony Remy.
I'm CJ.
Yeah, we here, man. And we are going to break down this Luce Cannon situation. Luce Cannon got caught with a RICO. He's taking down Bricc Baby with them. Luce Cannon. The feds ain't playing. DOJ ain't playing. This dude is facing extortion, trafficking, murdering Rayshawn Williams. Yep. Robbery. They even trying to extort Shaq, homie. And Draymond Green. Yo, this Cloud Babies, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. This is prime nigga news, all right? I'm saying it. He can't say it, but I'm nigga all day.
This is my guy.
Yeah,
Save me right there.
Yeah. Because this right here is stupidity at its best, Cloud Babies. Like, I am glad Big U is going down. I never pray on somebody's downfall, but if you are that toxic, if you are destroying the community,
out here just wiping things out, man.
Come on, son. They even trying to blame him in regards to Nipsey Hussle. If you are behind Nipsey Hussle murdering, I am against you 120%.
Facts.
You feel me? So I don't know if it's true or not, Cloud Babies. But now, today, I'm chilling and shit. Somebody sent me a video. It was like, yo, Big U here talking about praying for my family and this. I'm like, wait, what? What's going on? They sent me the whole thing with Flacco talking reckless, talking about them and stuff like that. And then this is what I saw, Cloud Babies. Watch this. We're gonna watch this together.
This is my last video before I turn myself in.
Yeah.
Boy, it's getting saucy.
I'm with my family.
If I have any wild
talk to my sons,
echo
I
or
talk
anything
to
like that,
everybody,
Cloud
man,
Babies, let me know, all right?
Gonna deal with this fight, see what it is. I just want y'all to know, all this stuff is quagmire. Shit is all bull crap. I just need y'all prayers. I need y'all to... I don't even know what to say. Now, 21 years, I've elevated my family. Come back, sit in here and write and do what I need to do until I can come back home. People are supposed to help me. I hope you help me. If you ain't, you don't worry about it. A lot of stuff y'all hearing is straight trash. And I appreciate the love and I appreciate people who've been helping me. I don't know. It's hard helping black people and not being hunted for doing it.
First Street, it might be to, I don't know if it's to the right or the left.
Reach out to anybody who can help me, y'all.
You hear me?
Help my own family. Appreciate y'all. Go. I'm looking at this video as I come in to turn myself in, and I'm disheartened by the fact that they trying to say that I stole something from Developing Option, or I used Developing Option as a front. Developing Option paid my bills. They paid my house note. They paid the bills for my family, the money I made from as an employee for Developing Option. I never mixed that with nothing.
Cloud Babies, we're not from LA, but allegedly he made what's the name, Suge Knight look like a pussy. Like he was really putting work out there in the streets. Him, Bricc Baby, Luce Cannon, all of them.
That's a crazy statement.
That is a crazy statement.
Crazy statement.
That's
I didn't manipulate nobody. I didn't steal nobody. I didn't steal nothing. We did PPP loans. We did 2 loans. And that's it, just like everybody else did. I didn't use no fraud. I didn't give none of fake names. And one of them we was paying back and one they forgave. You know what I mean? And the other one we attempted for and they didn't give us nothing for it. I filed my taxes and them coming around telling me I was using Developing Option as a cover. Cover for what? None of that's going to be true. None of that's going to be true. The government putting this big ass picture, they going to arrest 21 dudes. Some dudes I don't even talk to.
60s. The
I don't even know nothing about.
60s. Hopefully all of them. Hopefully all of them, son. I'm so against
out here
gang.
Trying to pull everyone.
I'm so against gang violence and all of that.
In general.
Yeah.
So how the hell you going to lump me in with all them? But it's all the big picture though. It's all the big picture. Now I'm finna be sitting in here. It's gonna be years out of my life. Then you going to get dudes who I don't even talk to. What they gonna say? You ruining people's lives. I heard it's up with 21 people that's been arrested. This shit wrong. It is what it is. Church, just pray for me. Pray for me, pray for my family. Look at what we did. You look at what I did. I've been home 21 years. It ain't over though. That's what it's not. Blessings. I'm looking at all these charges on the news. I'm headed back to LA. And then I'm looking at the people they arrested. How you gonna go arrest people that I don't even talk to? That's a built-in liar right there. You know what I mean? So
they caught him on wiretap too, so he could say all of that. He doesn't know those people and all this stuff. They got him on wiretap, so he's screwed.
Work the case. Everybody know I don't fuck with Cannon. Everybody know I don't fuck with Bricc Baby. So if you went to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turning against me. I ain't going for that. You might as well go get 600 and whack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is they go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raiding my houses, raiding my shops, raiding all this stuff. And talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover up with developing option? You know what I'm saying? I ain't committed no crimes and covered nothing up with developing option. Shit crazy. But this how they get you. They get one or two people to say something. Ain't gonna be no real evidence. Ain't gonna be no real nothing. It's gonna be a repeated thug. It's gonna be a bunch of people in jail for a bunch of different crimes that don't have nothing to do with me. They finna lump all of us up and say it's all around the 60s. Watch and see. We just seen it with thug. I'm finna experience the same thing out here. I knew it was coming. Now they on there saying all this stuff to assassinate my character.
The feds is coming. If you know the feds is coming.
Okay.
Are you making a move? Are you moving to like Mexico?
Oh yeah, I'm out.
You out, right?
There ain't no like, especially if I'm in his situation, not in my situation. Feds is coming for me now. I'm doing.
You
what
ain't doing
right
shit. You don't even smoke weed. What are you talking
Facts.
about?
Like if it's coming, it's like all right. Well, come on. Like put the cuffs on. Let's sort this out because I've done nothing. But
you moving. You going to Puerto Rico? If you go to Puerto Rico, you done. You got to go to Mexico, Guatemala, or something weird. Like
I'm going like Africa, or I'm going Asia, China.
Go to Bali.
I'm going like in the middle of China. No, I'm not talking about Hong Kong. No, I'm going in the middle of China where there's like rice fields and shit.
Yeah, I would do the same. Yeah.
Live in a shack.
All right, man. Just pray for me.
We ain't praying.
Yeah.
And again,
I'm atheist.
I mean, I'm praying. Just
Not for you.
Yeah,
they can do any one of us. It ain't nobody safe with these dudes. If these dudes feel they want you, how they going around talking about somebody's gonna raid my house before my house get raided? How they there with the police? And y'all sitting there following them. Everybody that's a part of them shows, and 100 shows, and all them shows, and y'all need to, everybody who following them, promoting them, anything. Y'all wrong. Y'all ain't black. And y'all show ain't for our people. They can put charges against anybody. So this is gonna probably be my last video. I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's going on. They talking about I'm a fugitive. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house. And he's actually got video and footage of it. So
wait, didn't he just say he didn't know none of those people?
Yeah.
And now he's saying 600 was with him.
In my property, it was asking about whack, Luce Cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all filed. all y'all who be sending shit around the internet, all y'all who be promoting and listening to what these niggas saying, all y'all giving these likes and hidden likes, all y'all supporting this.
No. Make sure you like and subscribe, Cloud Babies. Don't listen to this guy.
Something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts.
As soon as somebody put like and subscribe, this guy was like, whoever's hitting the like button.
Yeah.
Yo, you can't make this shit up, son. No, I want him in jail, son. Him, Suge Knight.
Yeah, he's bad for the channel.
The next person I want to see in jail is Jay Prince, yo. After Takeoff died, son? Yeah. Nah, son. I want to see him in jail.
All right,
he's working with the FBI. The FBI went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities.
Speaking of celebrities, he extorted Shaq, allegedly, and Draymond Green, and 4 other NBA players. He was really putting work. He extorted Rick Ross and Meek Mill.
I like this guy.
Give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me.
He's serious.
They're going around scaring and intimidating everybody.
What are you doing,
But y'all sending it around, getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community.
It would be hard to scam Shaq.
I guess it is what it is.
Because he's a pretty smart business dude.
I mean,
he's made a lot of money.
There's always a way, bro. There's always a way.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying I'm just saying he's good at what he does. That's a
not if you have
task.
muscle. Pretty much, if you have to check in. That's a big thing in LA. Like, if you're a celebrity and this like that, the way to get you is you'd be like, yo, you know, you come into LA, you might get robbed. When they hit you on the phone, be like, yo, you might get robbed. Hit us up with like $5 grand, $10,000 or something like that, 20 grand for protection. It's usually them that's doing it. You know what I mean? You say no to them, they know where you're gonna stay at and everything like that. They just send somebody to you and be like, boom, you got robbed, and all of a sudden you get a phone call like, you see, I told you I would have protected you. So it doesn't matter who you are. If they could get in contact with you and they know where you're gonna be at, it's a wrap, homie. It's a wrap. That's why most of those rappers are dying in LA.
Facts.
This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You're just guilty because somebody else don't like you and they go on the internet and do what the fuck they want to, and y'all gonna promote it. It's crazy. But I'm going to go turn myself in though.
You do that.
Cause I ain't did nothing.
Yeah, you did. I'm saying.
Allegedly,
man.
I'm not alleged shit.
They went to my house, kicked my houses in, bust my doors down, bust my windows. They calling my son at his football practice, threatening him. You know what I mean? These dudes tagging him. What kind of shit is this? But y'all gonna be rolling with these dudes. And I got this last thing to say. Wack said he's gonna destroy developing option, right? So who gonna replace developing option? Which one of you fuck niggas in the 60s gonna call yourself coming in? Because whoever try to come in, y'all the ones that's working with Wack. Believe that. So remove me to get me out the way for somebody else to come in who gonna cooperate. That's what the play is. That's what the whole play is.
I hope Wack is behind this. I hope he's snitching.
I'm gonna send y'all videos to put up all of them until they lock me up.
Hold on, let my mom tell you because she know everything. Hold on.
They found that shit under them nails. Who had grass? Don't really say. It ain't that long.
Yo, Wack, what's up with this screenshot the Traveler Ross sent me? Are you begging Big U not to kill you?
That's cap. That's AI.
It's in the indictment that you were saying. Don't do this. My wife, my kids, my wife, my kids, draws. Don't do this.
That's not a.
No, it was a real life conversation. Henley recounted to victim one incident in which Henley and the Rolling 60s gang members chased down Wack 100, attempting to hurt him. There's 15 to 20 N-words with us with hoodies tied down. I got my hoodie on, all black, tied down.
You told the police.
I believe they have like a recording of him doing this.
Yeah, that's on him, bro. That ain't me, bro.
Why would somebody wear a wire? And do that?
Ask him, nigga. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. Shit, it says, who said that? Who said that?
I mean, it says that this is from 2022.
That's how long they've been investigating.
In
2022.
On their ass.
Early May, a month before May.
That's him saying that shit, right?
It says though. It was like okay. It was like okay. It was Big U. Okay, it was Big U telling somebody else, victim one, that they basically ran down on you and made you beg for.
What you gotta do, ask that. You gotta ask that. Why he did that? Why he?
Probably not gonna be able to ask. Probably not gonna be able to ask him anytime soon.
What he said. Get your facts right, Adam.
No, I'm just reading this. No, I'm just reading this. Send me the screenshot. And I'm like, oh shit, rap 100.
Gotta ask that. And I'm glad he said. I'm glad he said. I was scared for my life. I didn't do nothing.
Whack is Popo, bro.
Yeah.
It's definitely police.
You know the real story, Adam. But if you want to put the 10 on it like that, that's cool. Hey, you know what? I agree. That's how it happened. Adam, you ain't stupid. That's the parking lot situation. If that was the case, you wouldn't have stopped. He know what stopped him. He saying that's what stopped him. Great. That came out of his mouth, not mine, right?
Damn.
Yes, sir.
How they going crazy?
Yeah, that's where we at, Cloud Babies. And I'm here for it. 1 down, 2 to go. Because J Prince definitely, he's next.
He's next.
I want to see him in handcuff, the steel bracelet. I'm here for it. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, get them out the street, man. So now Flacco, no jumper, they all got the juice. They all know what is happening. They in LA, they are my prime source. Like they're the main source. That's what I follow.
Yep.
Flacco is probably the kingpin, like you said earlier.
Yeah.
Nobody's suspecting Flacco behind this, but I think Flacco's behind this too, man.
This morning, the Department of Justice announced that Big U, Luce Cannon, and Bricc Baby, they've all been charged.
He broke this down brilliantly, Cloud Babies. Watch this.
In a federal complaint alleging racketeering crimes were committed by the Rolling 60s. 19 people total have been arrested and charged in the first federal complaint. Now, this federal complaint is surrounding Big U and Big U Enterprises, and the people you see on the screen are people the feds believe helped Big U commit crimes. Bricc Baby is also the subject of another separate sealed indictment that we know nothing about until Bricc Baby goes to court and the indictment gets unsealed. So there's a lot of components working here, and I'm gonna try to simplify it as much as possible in this video. This came as a shock to a lot of us, but the people involved like Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon, they've been expecting this for a very long time. It's been a countdown, to be honest. They've knew that the RICO was coming for some time now. The feds have raided Bricc Baby and Luce Cannon's crib. They've had several interactions with the feds. So the feds have been messing with them for a very long time, and they would even admit to such.
Look, outside of that, the feds picked you up 2 times, right?
That's one thing I want to break down, Cloud Babies. Now the feds don't have to work hard anymore because we have people like those two and people like us that talk about it in the internet.
Yeah.
These dummies, right? If they committing a crime or murder or whatever like that, why you go to the internet and breaking it down? It's so dumb. Like, those suspects, nobody's smart anymore. I feel like after 9/11, all our murder suspects, all our gangsters, they all done because the internet is the new streets. They all want to flaunt or what they have. They gangsters and this and that. Gangsters cannot be rappers. Rappers cannot be gangsters. All they do is rap about it and talk about it.
Facts.
So it's an oxymoron.
If you're doing both, you're doing something wrong.
Exactly. Now watch this. They break the whole thing down knowing the feds is watching.
Picked you up on numerous occasions, right?
What part?
Lady
what time?
Fino,
Yeah. Okay, so look.
So
we gonna.
If you don't know who they are, in the right here is Bricc Baby. On the left right here is Luce Cannon. All right.
Elaborate, and we're gonna respond to that. Yeah. No. Because at the end of the day, it's like this, right? Because when the same time they came and picked your ass up, right? They came and got Big Useless, right? And then, they rolled on me.
Yeah.
So you already know the answer.
I don't know that they wrote on you. I'm telling you. I'm saying
we dealing with this
two separate times.
Okay,
I hear you.
Okay, wait, hold on.
You're talking.
No, look
to them.
Okay, so listen.
They both snitch.
They
both snitch.
Facts.
So
doing the
Luce
Spider-Man
Cannon
meme.
and Bricc Baby revealed last night that Luce Cannon, Bricc Baby, and Big U all had a run-in with the feds right around the exact same time. Now, Bricc Baby house was raided and an AK-47 was found. And Bricc Baby picked up a federal gun case at the time. Now, Bricc will say that the feds and the state police raided his home. However, the feds didn't really charge him. It's the state police who charged him, but it was a DA reject. But after they raided his crib, Bricc Baby will confide in his homie at the time called Christopher Lovejoy, aka 600. And he would tell 600 that he was notified that Big U was being investigated for federal RICO. And he would tell 600 that the federal RICO was stemming from a hot one out of town. And by hot one, he means a murder that took place out of town.
600, that go back to you. He told you, the feds talked to him and told you what?
You understand? I'm with Bricc at this time. I was his savior to bring it back to the hood. He telling me everything that's going on, so I know what's going on with the case and all everything else. So he's telling me, man, the feds be on all your videos, bro. They like, man, Lovejoy gives us a tour of the hood every day. He telling me they watch all your videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, huh? Why they watch my videos? Like, whatever.
They work for the feds. They don't even know they're working for the feds. The feds don't have to put foots to the ground, boots to the ground. No, they just watch all the lives.
And eventually someone's going to say some stupid ass
Slip up.
shit.
Go to No Jumper. You know, do your thing. Talk to Flacco, you know.
Yeah.
Flacco's going to break it down anyway.
Flacco's going to break it down to the point where you ain't
the
even
feds are just taking notes.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, bro.
Thanks, dog.
They found the chop. I'm like, okay. So I didn't really think nothing of it because, like I told you, my whole stance with him at that point was he never told before this. So I just assumed that he was in some hot grease and he had whatever he had coming from the legal system. So I never really followed up on till time started going by, like, nigga, what's up with that case? Then he started going around it. You know
but no, 600. Your first red flag was when he started telling you the feds was telling him about Big U. Feds don't telling you unless you.
So that's what he told me. He like, bro, Big U on fire, bro. It's ugly for Cuz. They want Cuz in jail. They got a RICO on him. I'm like, yeah? He like, no, but you ain't got nothing to worry about. It's a Big U RICO, not a 6-0 RICO. Everybody who he been dealing with. They tied Cuz to a hot one out the way. I'm like, ooh. He said, yeah, it's ugly. I'm like, damn.
That's the thing the family
calls. Flacco, you see what we be saying?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Who's that Flacco guy? I don't know who he is, bro.
Yeah, you do.
Not this guy, bro. Not Flacco.
Yes, it is.
He is, hey.
It's him.
Yo, Cloud Babies, would it be funny that Flacco is behind the whole thing? Flacco is the main boss behind the whole thing.
I'm telling you right now.
With some unusual suspect shit.
He out here wearing his glasses like this.
Yeah.
Talking about people doing crazy shit every day.
But he's the kingpin.
But he is the kingpin.
So that will be a plot twist.
He rolls, y'all.
A plot twist that we never saw coming on some movie shit. That will be brilliant, Cloud Babies. What? Flacco!
I never thought I'd say this, but I heard Flacco's a drug dealer.
He's smooth with it, you know what I mean? Let's go.
Hey, bro, I don't know nothing. The hot one out of town, a.k.a. the murder out of town that they're referring to, is the 2021 murder of Rayshawn Williams. Rayshawn Williams is the best friend of Big U's son. Rayshawn Williams lives with Big U at some point. Now, Rayshawn Williams was found dead in a ditch with multiple bullet wounds in Vegas in 2021. Late last week, Christopher Lovejoy, a.k.a. 600, would actually take to social media to reveal that the family of Rayshawn Williams told him that the police located Big U's DNA under Rayshawn Williams' fingernails.
Man, we got some pretty disturbing news, man. And I remember a couple days ago when I mentioned that case where the kid, the football player, you know, it was Big U's son's best friend, played on the football team, who was living with Big U, was killed. And it was saying that Big U didn't show up to the funeral,
Never contacted the mother for any type of support, anything. Just blocked her and everything, right? It was just like, damn, bro, like you always say if you know anything about these gang murders to give you the information. But when the football player is the best friend of your son who was living with you turns up dead, you don't want nothing to do with nothing, right? So the news came out today, this morning. The mother said that Big U has been denying to give his DNA. So they had to send a warrant to get Big U's DNA. You want to take a wild guess whose DNA came back on the son? Big U, Eugene Henley's DNA came back on her son's fingernails.
Wack 100 will follow this up by posting a call between himself and the family of Rayshawn Williams, where they are alerting Wack 100 that the police plan on arresting Big U in late March, early April.
You gotta go crazy, conspiracy. So,
Yeah, they started DNA test in my brother's nails.
okay, so, ooh, that's bad work.
So that's my brother.
Now that's what y'all been hearing. This one ain't nobody heard. Let me find this shit.
Since April.
Hey, they still ain't arrested you, nigga?
Well, they told me between me and you, please, between me and you, don't tell nobody because they don't want nobody to know. They're going to be making an arrest the ending of March, the beginning of April.
She told Wack don't tell nobody, but Wack told the entire internet. Now, Wack's explanation for this is he had to tell the internet because if he didn't, people will look at him a certain way. But right on cue, everything that's been discussed on the internet over the last year and a half surrounding Big U, Bricc Baby, Rayshawn Williams, and everything in Luce Cannon, it all came in fruition, even down to the exact arrest date. Right on cue, the feds announced the federal indictment of Big U and 18 other Rolling 60 associates this morning.
Good morning. I'm Joe McNally, the acting United States Attorney here in Los Angeles. Today, we're here to announce federal criminal charges against Eugene Henley Jr., a career criminal known as Big U, who used his contacts and leadership role in the Crips criminal street gang, the entertainment industry, and a youth charity to further his own criminal enterprise, an enterprise that engaged in murder, extortion, robbery, human trafficking, COVID fraud, and other felonies. Mr. Henley and several other individuals linked to him and his criminal enterprise were charged in a criminal complaint with federal racketeering conspiracy. Mr. Henley is a fugitive, and he is currently wanted by federal law enforcement.
We will learn several things during this press conference. We will learn that the feds have been looking at the podcast in LA. They've been looking at several LA podcasts, recording, taking down everything. So if you've been speaking on an LA podcast as of lately, bro, over the last 4 years, you are in severe trouble. Let's just say you in trouble.
That's including you, Flacco.
Yeah.
Flacco break everything that's the only way I find out what all the fuckery. Between Adam 22, Flacco, and then Fig Mutiny. That's how I get all my sources. Yeah.
Also alert that this entire investigation, this entire RICO investigation into Big U and his associates and his business dealings all started with the murder of Rayshawn Williams. When they began to investigate the murder of Rayshawn Williams in 2021, that's when the investigation of Big U and the Rolling 60s started. Now, the feds will officially say that Big U is responsible for the death of Rayshawn Williams, in their opinion.
As I said, Mr. Henley is a widely known leader within the Rolling 60s. He rose to prominence in that gang decades ago, and he has since been a fixture on the internet, talk shows, and podcasts, all things that law enforcement have looked at closely as part of this investigation. He has maintained the image of an entertainment industry entrepreneur, running a music label, and of somebody who gives back to the community here in Los Angeles, funding a South LA-based charity, developing options, which purports to help at youth risk escape gang life and escape the perils of gangs in high crime areas. The facts alleged in the complaint paint a very different picture. It is one of a murderer, a thief, a liar, and a cheat. and the criminals that enabled him. For example, Mr. Henley engaged in a murder of a musician signed to his label in 2021 and dumped the victim's body in Las Vegas off of the I-15 freeway. He then attempted to evade and obstruct the investigation into the murder, including ordering witnesses not to speak with law enforcement.
Let's run through the murder of Rayshawn Williams and exactly why they're tying Big U to the murder of Rayshawn Williams. Rayshawn was signed to Big U's record label, Unique Music. So on January 20th, 2021, Big U sent Rayshawn Williams to Vegas to record music in a Grammy-nominated studio. He got an Airbnb for Rayshawn Williams and he paid for the studio time for a week. Rayshawn Williams was to record a bunch of music, and afterwards, Big U would choose which music he can get behind according to the affidavit. But according to the documents, when Rayshawn Williams got to Vegas, he really wasn't taking advantage of being able to record in a Grammy-nominated studio. He will record one day, take the next day off, they won't see him the following day, he come back, and then they don't see him again. So the Grammy-nominated studio, right, one of the employees contacted Big U, and they let Big U know, hey, bruh, you paying for studio time, but homie ain't really coming to record like that. Big U, being really annoyed according to the court documents, hopped in his vehicle with one of his right-hand mans who goes by Robinson. So Big U and Robinson hopped in the car and they drove to Vegas. Big U popped up at Rayshawn Williams' Airbnb at about 2 a.m. on January 24th. When confronted by Big U for being lazy and not recording, Rayshawn Williams would tell Big U that he didn't go to the studio a couple of days because he didn't have a ride to the studio. It's unclear exactly how that discussion went, but it couldn't have went too bad because Big U will still schedule a studio session for 7 p.m. that day, and Rayshawn Williams would join Big U at the studio a couple hours later, around like 9-ish p.m. So Rayshawn Williams and Big U went to the studio, according to the documents, and they recorded records and heard the other records that Rayshawn Williams had recorded, and they left the studio around 12:30 a.m. Officials believe that Big U turned off his phone shortly after leaving the studio with Rayshawn Williams because Big U's phone stopped reporting data shortly after 12:30 a.m. But officials will say they know that Big U.
Where does he get this information from?
Williams
not gonna know, son.
Tell me how.
Because
in the
around
indictment.
1:13 a.m. they arrived at the Airbnb according to the surveillance footage, and Rayshawn Williams got out of the vehicle and went inside and grabbed all of his belongings, despite the fact that Rayshawn Williams' flight wasn't scheduled until the following day, and the Airbnb checkout wasn't scheduled until the following day. So Rayshawn Williams grabbing all of his belongings from out the house was kind of suspicious according to officials, but he grabbed all of his belongings and got back into the vehicle with Big U according to the officials. Per the Airbnb footage, Rayshawn Williams and Big U would drive off together. Big U's phone wouldn't come back on or start pinging information until about 2:15 a.m. A witness at the studio would say that Big U returned back to the studio without Rayshawn Williams at 3 a.m. in the morning. Now, the witness would say that Big U was drenched in sweat, and when they asked Big U what he was doing, he said that he just left the gym. About 6 hours later, Rayshawn Williams' body was found in a ditch near North Vegas at about 9 a.m. in the morning. Now, police believed, or they determined, his death was a manner of a homicide. Investigators believe that between 1:13 a.m. and 2:15 a.m., Big U and Rayshawn Williams drove away from the Airbnb. Big U drove Rayshawn Williams to North Vegas, shot and killed Rayshawn Williams and dumped his body in a ditch, and then drove back to the studio drenched in sweat. Investigators will say, according to witness testimony, that Big U and Rayshawn Williams had an altercation at the studio before they ultimately left together. And the altercation stemmed from Big U discovering that while Rayshawn Williams was in Vegas, one of the songs that he recorded at that studio was a record that could be interpreted as a Big U diss track. According to altercation,
Big U was like, nah, we're not having that.
Because shortly after Rayshawn's body was found, Big U instructed the studio to delete or remove all equipment that was in the studio the night that the altercation took place, as well as delete all the surveillance footage. So they don't have the footage of the actual altercation, but they have a first-hand account of it. And that's why they're charging Big U with the murder of Rayshawn Williams.
Answered questions when he was down there. They asked him when the last time you saw this person or this person, that person, and he told them, 6 months, a year. Nigga, it's not believable that a human being went that long without washing their hands because your skin get up under his nails. You know, you had to see him, so he kind of himself saying he ain't been around him, but his DNA, but that ain't even the worst. The worst ain't even come out. So I told Six, until it come out, you don't say nothing, it come out, it's in the blog.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, Wack.
From my perspective, I don't know about them 6 months. The 6 months is kind of like, bro, if there's eyewitnesses who seen you at the studio that night, it's kind of 6 months is hard to believe, especially if this is somebody who used to live with you. This is somebody who was signed to your label. Not seeing them in 6 months, but they're signed to you is kind of like, I don't know about that one. But in terms of the DNA, there has been some misinformation being spread about Big U's DNA being found under the fingernail of Rayshawn Williams. The truth about that is they did indeed get Big U's DNA, and they did indeed test it. Now, the DNA results came back inconclusive, but we can't exclude him completely, meaning Rayshawn Williams probably had multiple people's DNA under his fingernails, right? He probably had his girl, had his mom, right? So they're saying that we can't completely say Big U's DNA is here, but we can't say it's not either. So it's inconclusive. Investigating this murder and trying to really pin down Big U was the beginning of this entire investigation into Big U Enterprise and the RICO we currently see with the Rolling 60s. Without this murder, this investigation in RICO never happens. But this murder isn't the only charge on this RICO. They're charging Big U, as you guys just heard, and his associates with robbery, fraud, human trafficking. So let's get into some of these charges and really break it down. So let's get into the human trafficking charge.
Henley's criminal enterprise also engaged in other crimes, including transporting prostitutes across state lines, extorting strip clubs.
According to officials, Big U utilized this woman right here, Armani Afalaj, who he was also intimate with. He utilized her to transport 304s across state lines often. So she would recruit the women to come to Big U parties.
That's how they get you, bro. That's how they getting Diddy right now. You can even fly a chick over. She can't cross the border. Like, for example, I'm in Australia, Cloud Babies. I'm in Gold Coast. If I have a chick coming from Brizzy,
more like Sydney.
Nah, son, you crossing. Are you paying tolls?
Yeah, facts.
All right. If you pay the toll, homie, you done.
Yeah.
You are done, bro. Yeah. Like, if I'm in Brooklyn, a guy from Manhattan, if she paid that toll, nah, son, it's a wrap.
Now, according to police, one of these interactions was actually captured on wiretap, which is severely underwhelming. When we hear the charge human trafficking, I'm thinking something crazy. Right, like busting down some 304s, bro. I guess it's considered that. The human trafficking dates back to an incident that took place November of 2022, which really highlights how long they've been investigating for. So in November of 2022, Big U paid Afalaj $1,000 to transport 3 women from the Central District of California
$1,000 for
Las
3
Vegas to engage in prostitution and other crimes under Nevada law. The feds, being armed with this information, decided not to go to Big U because that's who they want. They decided to go directly to, let's call her by her first name, Armani. So the feds went to Armani and presented her with everything they had. They say, yo.
Cloud Babies, pay attention. You see how Flacco have his glasses sideways? Yeah. He's the kingpin. He's making himself look like he's a dumb dude that just reporting. Nah, son. He's
telling y'all right now. It's all about that. That is...
Flacco is slick, son.
It's the smartest move in the world.
Yeah. Kaiser Sose, bro.
We got the wiretaps, bro. Do you want to be honest with us? And she kept it honest with us. June of 2023, they went to her house, and they told her they got the wiretaps, they know everything that happened, and they planned on charging her with sex trafficking if she don't cooperate and speak to them. So she admitted that she promoted prostitution, but she did say that she doesn't think that she's a pimp. She's just known for bringing the hoes around whenever she's asked to bring the hoes around. Now, according to Armani, we call her by her first name now, she told investigators that she provided Big U with women as long as the women were paid. That representation is corroborated by a series of intercepted calls from January 2023 when Armani said she was bringing 7 women to Big U, and after which Big U talked to Armani and others about her being upset when they did not get paid right away. According to Armani, she told her women, cash, charge them before you hit. Cash before smash. So apparently when the women was coming around and they was smashing before getting cash, you know, some of them was getting shorter. You feel me? They wasn't getting the full amount and Armani wasn't having it. So that's on wiretap as well, of them having that conversation of why you're not paying my girls the right amount. Here's where the story gets a little crazy. So she talked to the investigators. She let them know, yeah, you know, I provided women for Big U. He paid for it, etc., etc. So she agreed to meet the investigators at a particular time and date. But the investigators told her, hey, bruh, don't tell Big U we talked to you. You got it? So she agreed, right? And her knowing that she's on wiretap, by the way, right? Because the police is showing her and playing her the wiretap of their conversation and saying, yo, own up to it. And that's why she owned up to it. So knowing she's on wiretap and knowing the investigators told her, don't talk to anybody about this. As soon as they left, I'm talking about that day immediately, there's a wiretap conversation of Big U, Armani, and others on the phone where Armani is telling Big U the feds just came by. The document says, however, after they told her, don't talk to Big U, wiretap communication between Big U, her, and others showed that after Armani's interview, she met with Big U and other Big U Enterprise associates to discuss her interaction with law enforcement. Those calls started right after the interview with an associate calling Big U, demanding to talk to him immediately about money. On that call, Big U made sure that the caller kept Armani where she was at so that Big U could meet up with her about it. The next day, Big U and Armani talked on the phone about what happened yesterday. Armani never met with the investigators after the conversation with Big U, and she stopped cooperating, right? She refused to cooperate any further, which is why she was arrested and picked up in this RICO. Now, according to wiretaps, Big U was talking to another associate, letting him know while on the phone, while on a wiretap, that his lawyer told him that he shouldn't be on the phone. So Big U was well aware. I'm talking about like well aware, like what was going on. So he knew they were investigating him ever since late 2022, early 2023. They're also charging Big U with robberies and a string of extortion that stems anywhere from extorting individual citizens, extorting NBA All-Stars, extorting entertainers, and extorting local businesses.
The RICO charges against Mr. Henley and his associates reflect a pattern of crimes that runs a gambit from extortion to robbery to murder to tax fraud and to human trafficking, all under the umbrella of a well-organized criminal organization led by Mr. Henley. Additionally, Mr. Henley duped the County of Los Angeles by running a nonprofit named Developing Options, which was set up to pull youth out of the gang life and promote anti-gang solutions. Yet Mr. Henley continued to personally orchestrate violent gang activity that impact our communities.
It's at this stage in the indictment we get introduced to Luce Cannon's role and Bricc Baby role in this indictment. You see, Luce Cannon and Bricc Baby were described as essentially Big U's henchmen, people who were under Big U who committed crimes and robberies on behalf of Big U. And there's several instances that they describe. The first instance would be Big U and Luce Cannon and the dispensary play. So there was a local dispensary paying Big U about $25,000 a month for protection. Now, the dispensary owner got sick and tired of paying it, and he stopped paying it. And when he stopped paying the $25,000 a month, Big U said, according to the officials now, Big U said, okay, you're not going to play no more? Okay, cool. So in retaliation, on July 5th of 2021, a couple of Big U associates, about a dozen plus, they ran up in a dispensary with guns and armed. Now, strategically, they ran up in a dispensary with no mask on, barefaced, because they wanted the victim one to know that we are Big U guys, and this is because you didn't pay Big U that $25,000. And one of the dudes involved, as you guys see right here, Tremaine Williams, was Luce Cannon. They took the belongings of the customers, the owners, anybody that was in the dispensary. They robbed you. Like, it don't matter if you were a customer or an employee, you got robbed. They took the marijuana. They took all the cash from the dispensary. They took it all. Now, here's the part of the story that I found almost unbelievable. Like, I couldn't believe it. All right, if I didn't already hear the story before, I would think it was impossible. So, during the robbery, apparently one of the assailants contacted Big U, according to authorities. They put the store owner, the dispensary owner, on the phone with Big U on FaceTime, where Big U is letting him know, hey, bro, I try to warn you, man. I told you to keep paying that $25,000. According to officials, now Flacco, I don't want no smoke. I'm just reporting the news, people, all right? So after they robbed him, they put, the dude on FaceTime with Big U. And, Big U essentially said, all right, listen, they taking your stuff to my crib. Come over to my crib and we can have a conversation about you possibly getting some things back. But, we got to reinstate our original agreement. So the victim went to Big U's premises, as you guys see right here. And others were there, including Luce Cannon, according to the victim. Now, Big U told this person, that's how you rob yourself. Then Big U demanded $10,000 from the victim to ensure that other robberies did not occur. Now, according to reports, Big U also directed the victim to identify other businesses or dispensaries that he could similarly rob and assure that the victim, would not get robbed himself, and they will also
Cloud Babies, pay attention to 99, okay, where William later admitted to this robbery and stuff like that, the aftermath on a podcast. You see, I'm telling you, them niggas is telling on themselves, like on a No Jumper podcast, after stating that William and Henley, right-hand man, William explained. So basically, they were telling everything, right? Watch this.
Compensate them from whatever.
Full report. The feds is watching. They don't have to do that much work anymore. You're snitching on yourself. They just gotta literally pay attention. Go on YouTube and solving cases.
They reinstated the agreement, but it wasn't 25 bands a month as it used to be because he was no longer at that peak of business. So they agreed and settled on a lower amount. But here's the thing. Victim one went working with the police, bro. He said, bro, I done had enough, bro. All right. I'm talking. So then he began to cooperate with the police, and they began to scheme up methods to really catch Big U in the act of extortion, which we will get to shortly.
And so basically it's like, cause he'll be like,
that's them right there, corroborating the story that we just heard from Flacco. That's also in the indictment.
He'll manipulate things, like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to, counting everything, right? And we be like, how the they get that? Oh, well, we're gonna just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that. But cause it's actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police. I seen he get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm his
high-tech shit.
I'm his right-hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like one day,
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right?
That's the exact sequence of event that took place with the dispensary. Robbed the dispensary. The person is at the house because they FaceTime Big U allegedly, according to the documents, while at the dispensary. They agreed to meet up at the crib. They meet up at the crib. They give the guy a portion of his money back, told him, hey, bro, you got to get back on the payment plan. According to the document, Luce Cannon admitting to this on No Jumper contributed to him being charged and indicted for it, because the victim been saying Luce Cannon was involved, but there's no video footage of Luce Cannon involved. There's no surveillance of Luce Cannon involved. George? But Luce Cannon saying this on No Jumper led to the feds indicting him for being involved, because the victim statement.
And then you guys blaming Adam 22. You guys are blaming who else we blaming? Yeah, whack. They all feds and stuff like that. Nah, they snitching on themselves, yo. Like, you know what I mean? Idiots.
In your statement aligns with exactly what took place.
And the Kingpin's even telling them how not to snitch on himself with this video.
Exactly. I'm telling you. Flacco is the Kingpin, bro.
This is a long game, man.
Yeah.
It's a long
In that
game.
same interview, Luce Cannon would break down how they robbed Meek Mill.
Or DJ Vlad, that's what I was thinking of. You remember how they were like, oh, DJ Vlad is a Fed and stuff like that? I'm like, nah, he's not a Fed. You got all these idiots go on his podcast and then explain the murder that they did, who they robbed, this and that, and then they got arrested or they got killed from the ops, and then they was like, oh man, Vlad is, he's a Fed. I'm like, nah, you're just an idiot.
Instructions of Big U, and they were able to extort $50,000 from Rick Ross. But Big U took all the money and iced them out, and that's how they fell out.
Cuz is actually putting us in paperwork, right? And like doing like real police shit. I seen a nigga get like 20 guns, and when he got 20 guns, he's selling them to the homies. But I'm like, why are you writing down the serial numbers? So it's like he was doing like shit like that, and I didn't catch on. So it was like, I'm waking up now. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm
high-tech shit.
I'm his right-hand man. You get what I'm saying? So when it came down to like dirt and stuff like that, I'm gonna get it. You get what I'm saying? And then like one day,
you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course. He did that to when I did that to Meek Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So
the club, when you sweated him in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Yeah. No, they sent that because I called Ross. I'm like, Ross,
boy, this shit get crazy.
Drop off the 50,000 and we're gonna let Meek live on Crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000, and so me and the homies we go back. He stopped answering the phone. He stopped picking up.
Luce Cannon and Big U's relationship, as it's identified in the document, it's similar to Big U's and Bricc Baby's relationship. Now, Luce Cannon is indicted for doing robberies on behalf of Big U. Bricc Baby is also indicted for doing robberies on behalf of Big U. On November 11th, 2022, Bricc Baby and Big U had a conversation that was wiretapped. During that conversation, Bricc Baby identified as Mitchell. Big U identified as Henley. Mitchell, Bricc Baby, was, having a conversation about how much money Bricc Baby should give to Big U in the recent robbery they partaked in. Now, if we scroll down, you will see Big U is talking to another gentleman in a wiretap call, and that conversation goes, they robbed which is Bricc Baby, from some ish. They made a ninja call his plug, and then they booked him. So in another wiretap call, Big U was talking to somebody who confirms that Bricc Baby made somebody call their plug, and then they robbed the plug. And apparently, Big U only got a portion of the money because they had to split it between 5 to 7 people. And remember the owner of the dispensary that allegedly got robbed by Luce Cannon and Big U? Well, that owner began to cooperate with the feds, right? Began to cooperate with police. And they began to record all his interactions with Big U. When Big U called demanding he bring his weekly payments, when he pulled up to give Big U the weekly payments, all of that got recorded on video. This is one of the dudes I really feel bad for. He was just a legal business owner who opened up a dispensary in the wrong neighborhood that was ran by Big U in the rolling 60s, because you can see here, they agreed, give us $2,000 every Monday, and he had to bring $2,000 every Monday, 8 bands a month. It got to a point where, the agreement didn't even matter, right? According to the document, Big U would call him and be like, hey, bro, I need $3,000, right? I'm trying to get a gift for somebody. And he had to bring the money whenever he was called. And when he don't, well, you see threats right here where it says in the document, Big U told him, do we need to do another takeover like we did before? I think dude was ready to play ball, but once it gets to a point where, you're literally being drained dry, you are being drained so dry that you don't even have enough to live. Like, you don't even have enough to run your business. Like, you essentially have to tell at this point to survive and live and eat. So the dude began to work with the feds, and the feds began to give him money to give to Big U. He's on camera paying Big U $1,000 of his extortion fee, $1,500 of his extortion fee, $1,000. And then it got to a point around 2023 where I guess Big U was sort of understanding the feds were investigating him. So then his homeboy began to accept the money on his behalf. Robinson accepted numerous weekly payments on behalf of Big U, according to the officials. And all of this, by the way, is on camera, including the wiretaps where they're demanding that the victim bring them their money. There's a great deal of extortion claims. And if I cover everything, we'll be here all day.
Facts.
All right, we'll be here all day. But I think it's unfortunate. As of now, Big U is innocent until proven guilty.
No. He's guilty, son. I'm saying it. Somebody had to say it. He's definitely guilty. They even extorted Draymond Green and Shaq. And Shaq is a nice person. If you know anything about Shaq, besides like chasing all these young hoes, we all know that Shaq is a nice person. You know what I mean? I remember when I was working in Problem 112, he showed up. He gave every server that was there $1,500.
There's certain things that like these people do that that are undeniable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, man. R.I.P. I hope this nigga die in jail, just like Suge. You know what I mean? The next person I want to see in handcuff, Cloud Babies, is Jay Prince.
The Big J.
I want Jay Prince in cuff, man. All right? After that takeoff situation, after all the craziness, yes.
Maybe Flacco as well.
No. Let's keep Flacco. Flacco is for the hood. You know what I mean?
He's that guy. He's that guy. He's that guy.
Flacco is the kingpin that's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he keeps everything under control.
Yeah, he's keeping me updated.
Crazy that he has to deal with it.
Yeah, he's keeping me updated. We're gonna keep Flacco. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with Flacco, man. Just let him do his
I'm
thing.
inherit this, man. We gonna take. I'll take over Australia. You take Flacco. You just keep doing your thing.
You keep the classes like this.
Keep doing your thing. I'm gonna try and pull it out over here, man.
Flacco, I'm gonna Flacco my shit.
Too, man. Nito, we out here doing Flacco for real. We about to save.
Flacco it, man. We're gonna Flacco it. Cloud Babies. Oh, he's still not tilled enough.
Yeah,
Cloud Babies, you know what to do, man. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. Hit up Flacco. That was a brilliant take. He broke it down. All right? Make sure you go and follow. And RIP to my boy Big U, man. Bricc Baby, they all gotta go. All right?
See you later.
You know what to do, man. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell button.
That's it.
And also hit that little video that's right there, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
And then like it. And enjoy it.